All righty, there are new calls to boycott Ben & Jerry's. I'm sure you're familiar with those. After the ice cream makers demanded the United States give back Mount Rushmore as part of its Independence Day message. That's great. That's a real kind of, stick in the eye. The company tweeted, "This 4th of July, it's high time that we recognize the U.S. exists on stolen indigenous land and commit to returning it." Some observers calling out the ice cream makers' hypocrisy on this issue.
This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to extend the 4th of July sale for one more day. This is the last day for real. One more day. I feel like I didn't give an extended 4th of July weekend sale, so I'm going to do it one more day. 35% off. Put the discount in that's link below. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notification. Anytime I go live, make a video, make sure you still subscribe to this channel. Like this video. Comment on this video. Let's get into this. Ben & Jerry's Independence Day message call for stolen indigenous land to be returned to Native Americans. Do you know how stupid that is? What kind of virtue signaling crack are you smoking to think that we need to give land back to people who we conquered? Like what kind of stupid? That's the stupidest thing ever. Everybody's on stolen land. Elizabeth
Pran likes Bud Light. She likes Ben & Jerry's too, and joins us now with her verdict on the situation. I don't know. We've yet to see anybody with their AR-15s blowing away Cherry Garcia ice cream.
And this is sort of where I'm curious, Leland, because the saying that no publicity is bad publicity has really been turned on its head. If we learned anything from Bud Light, it's that bad publicity is actually bad publicity. And like you said, Ben & Jerry's loves to weigh in on all of these things. They love to weigh in on Israel and Palestine. They love to have anti-Trump ice cream and pro-Bernie ice cream, and they love to have an opinion on Ukraine. But on this issue, we're talking about, I think a 35-acre piece of land that they feel needs to be returned to the indigenous people there, which, by the way, in 1980, the Supreme Court said that the government owes them $100 million. The people refused to accept that $100 million. My question to you is, Ben & Jerry's is facing a class action lawsuit for allegedly exploiting migrant children. So on the 4th of July, why are they focusing on this agenda and not the fact that they're facing this class action lawsuit? I really think that at this point, they're really starting to just waste our time. We've talked about Bud Light. Bud Light is still not rebounding.
I just don't understand. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. None of the land belongs to anybody. At what point do you say, unless God told you that this is your land and they're giving it to you, like he did Israel, his chosen people, that's a land that occupies, and the blessing is in the land, and the people are supposed to have and occupy that land. That's a different story. There ain't no prophecy that indigenous people would occupy the Americas. Bruh, how do you think some of the indigenous people got the land they got? Because they scalped other people to take over the land. People are so stupid to me. I can't stand, I wish that all these people would just disappear. They just live in a perpetual state of stupidity and beta male energy. Ben & Jerry's made a statement. We should give the land back to indigenous people. I don't know if they stupid or they evil or both. They act like everybody was living in harmony in the world except white people. Do you know the amount of bloodshed that has occurred throughout the history of humanity? Do you understand the empires of the Aztecs didn't start because they were all like, you know what? We want to occupy all this land. Are you okay with that? Yeah, I'm okay with it. You know what? We're all family. I'm going to hunt on this side and you hunt on this side. And if you get this many buffalo, we can share the buffalo. No, they like, we're going to kill everybody over here and then we're going to take over everything. Our empire is going to be the massive of the massive. And everybody else that we occupy or took their land, they're going to be slaves. The Indians own black slaves, but we need to return to the indigenous people. What about the indigenous people owning slaves, though? Ben & Jerry's, you going to talk about that? Oh, no, you don't want to talk about that. Because y'all, especially white people that betray the foundation of this country is I think they even worse than black people who betray this country. Because it's a lot of y'all that died to make this country great. A lot of your ancestors. You know, the Irish people here were enslaved and treated like crap in America alongside black people. And then they have this virtue signal where they walk around, oh, my people, shut up. You act like white people are the only people that had slaves. You know, you bought it from the black man who slaved the people that sold it to you. It's not like everybody in the continent of Africa was having a kumbaya. And all of a sudden, the evil white man flew in on a carpet of blood and translated all the black people from one continent to the other without ever hitting the water. The black people sold other black people. They saw the ships come in. They took the money, gave away their own people. And then they saw them loading them up on a boat to travel months over the sea. And people are so stupid that they think these African people were so wholesome that they had no idea that this was going to happen to these black people. What are you even talking about? You can't be this ignorant. They knew exactly what was going to happen. They didn't give a F. That's why they sold them for goods, humans for goods. And they watched them stack them on the boat like sardines. And they know that half of them weren't going to make it, and they didn't give a F. What world do you think you live in? Look at Africa today, all the genocide that have occurred in Africa. But they were nice, innocent people. It was the boogie white man. Quit being stupid all the time. Indigenous people were no better than the white people, no better than the African people, no better than any of these other people that have been conquering other people and killing them and pillaging them and taking their wives and raping them and doing all this stuff. Humans have been dirty from the beginning. They dirty from the beginning, man. Everybody got blood on their hands. Every culture has blood on their hands. Quit virtue signaling. It's crazy to me at the stupidity of people in this country. Listen, the Native Americans lost. You lost. We now own your land. We've conquered you. We now own your land, and people were nice enough to give you part of it. And then they pay you a tax or something. They give you money from the government. They give you free land. They didn't have to do none of that. They could just kill all y'all and you be stuck. Like y'all did the other natives. But anyway, I'm going to leave that alone. The stupidity of humanity is beyond me.